What if I told you that some of the things making your Parkinson's symptoms worse aren't actually your symptoms at all? They're habits, sneaky, quiet, everyday habits that start small, and before you know it, they built themselves right into your routine. And don't worry, I'm not about to preach about smoking or drinking or kale smoothies. I'm talking about 5 hidden Parkinson's habits that almost every one of us slips into. I've done them all, and some of them nearly ran my life for years. Well, today I'm going to walk you through all 5 with the science behind why they happen and the stories that prove it and some simple ways to flip the script. And stick with me till the very end because I've got a challenge for you and one that might completely change your next month.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Hey everyone, I'm Bryce, and this is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. Now, if you're new here, welcome to the family. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's when I was 40 years old, and for a long time, I just tried to power through it. It's a long 15 years. I told myself I didn't need to talk about it and that I could handle it alone, but the truth is, Parkinson's doesn't just challenge your body. It rewires your habits, your confidence, your energy, and your mindset. And that's why this channel exists, because none of us should have to figure this out alone. Now, if you've been around here for a while, you already know this community is growing fast. Thousands of people are tuning in because they're tired of surviving and they want to live. So if that's you too, hit subscribe and stay with me because we have got some work to do. But let's get into these 5 habits that you might not even realize you're doing. And let's start with habit number 5. And this is a big one. It's the I'll rest when I feel better habit. Now, here's how that one looked for me. I remember one day I sat down after breakfast thinking, I'll just rest a minute before I stretch. I blinked and suddenly it was lunch. I'd convinced myself I was too tired to move, but in reality, not moving was why I was tired. Now, here's the science. Dopamine doesn't just control how we move. It controls our drive to move. When dopamine drops, your brain starts rewarding rest instead of activity. It says, you've done enough. Stay still. I don't mind that one, right? But what that really means is your brain is tricking you. It's giving you permission to slow down when what your body actually needs is momentum. And trust me, I've fallen for that trick more than once. I remember one time I told Carmen, I think I need a rest day. And she said, Bryce, you've had a rest week. And that's when I realized the difference between tired and stuck. Now, if that sounds familiar, I want you to comment right now and tell me how this habit shows up for you. Because when we name it, we can change it. Now, here's the fix. Don't wait for energy before you move. Let movement create energy. It's kind of opposite to how we think, isn't it? Do something small. Walk. During commercials, stretch in bed before you stand up. Do laps around the kitchen island, right? Yes, laps. I do it all the time. Carmen laughs every time she catches me passing the fridge for the 5th time. We can walk through our kitchen, through our dining room, like in the hallway and around. And I do laps. It's like a routine because every step you take, your brain is relearning movement. And once you start, it's a lot easier to keep going. Okay. So let's talk about the habit number 4, right? And we're making our way up here. We're up to number 1, but the I can do it myself habit. Now, this one hits home. I used to be terrible for this, and I sometimes still can slip into this one very easily. I'd wave people off constantly. Nope, I've got it, right? I didn't want to look weak or like I was giving up independence. But there's a big difference between independence and isolation. The truth is, social interaction literally boosts dopamine. When you talk, when you laugh, when you connect with somebody, your brain lights up like you've just taken a microdose of motivation. Right? Isolation does the exact opposite. It shuts those circuits down. So when you push people away, you're not protecting your pride. You're cutting off your brain's chemistry. Ooh. And believe me, I get it. The first time I asked my son to help me open a jar, it felt like defeat. He looked at me, he smiled and said, Dad, I've been waiting 15 years for this moment. I laughed so hard, I forgot to feel embarrassed. And that's when it clicked. Connection is medicine. So here's a challenge right now. If somebody offers to help you today, don't say no out of habit. Say yes, let them. It doesn't make you weak. but it gives you both a win. You understand what I meant there? Let them do it, but don't do it just because you're just so used to saying no and you don't want to. Just do it because you want to allow them to do it for you. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one I've actually preached before, like you should do this one, but the fake it till you make it habit. Now, this one's sneaky because it looks like strength. We put on a brave face, we smile through the tremors, and we tell everyone we're fine. I used to tell people I was fine even when my tremor was shaking the coffee cup so bad, it looked like I was holding a maraca. I'd say, nope, I'm good, while secretly trying not to spill it all over my shirt. That disconnect confused everyone, including me, because I started to believe it. Now listen to this. This is the science behind this. When dopamine and serotonin circuits are affected, your brain struggles to connect emotion to expression. Let me say it again. When the dopamine and the serotonin circuits are affected, your brain struggles to connect emotion to expression. And that's why we get and what we call facial masking. You might feel happy or angry or scared, but your face doesn't always show it, so people think you're fine. So what that means is you end up feeling invisible, and that is a lonely place to be. And being honest about how you're really feeling doesn't make you a burden. It gives people around you a chance to understand how to show up for you. And with that, it's time for Carmen's Care Partner Corner. Again, let Carmen read through kind of what I was going to talk about today, and this is what she had to say. Hey, everyone, it's Carmen. You know, when Bryce talks about pretending to be fine, I have to admit, care partners are guilty of that too. We put on a brave face because we don't want to add to the stress. But here's the thing. You can't pour from an empty cup. I have to remind myself of that all the time. And I tell other care partners the same thing. Saying I'm fine when you're not doesn't protect anyone. It just ignores what's really going on. And it keeps you from getting the help or the rest that you need. Sometimes it's okay to say, no, I'm not fine. And that's not a weakness. That's called communication. And it's a way of saying that I matter too. So if you're a care partner watching this, here's my challenge to you. Remember how in the last episode we all said still learning in the comments? Let's keep that going, because that's exactly what we're doing here. We're learning that taking care of yourself is taking care of your person. So still learning. If you're a care partner out there, still learning. If you agree with all of that, that's what Carmen says. In that way, it reminds us that we're still learning and we're not perfect. That was really well said. I really liked the last part of that she said. Learning that taking care of yourself is taking care of your person. Okay. Wow. All right. Here we go. We're making our way down to the number one. The number one. Here's number 2, right? Number 2. All right. I don't need to track it. Oh, I was waiting for this one. Because you know, if you've been watching, you know I love tracking stuff. I love stats. Okay, confession. I used to think I could just feel it out, right? I'd take my meds whenever things started to feeling off. Sometimes I'd miss a dose because I was too busy, and then wonder why I felt like a parked car for half the day. And here's what really is happening. Levodopa's half-life is about 90 minutes. After that, your dopamine levels start dipping again. If you're late on your meds, you're not just off schedule, you're off balance. Now, in simple terms, if you're not tracking, you're guessing. And guessing with Parkinson's is like guessing the weather without looking outside. So here's what works for me. I set alarms, real alarms, loud ones, not timers. I mean alarms that will not stop. My phone goes off and I take the pill right then. Well, okay, let me back up. I should take the pill right then. If I don't take the pill right then, within a couple of minutes, I forget. So I've had to, as soon as it goes off, no excuses. I have to take that pill, no matter what I'm doing. Okay. I also use that pill bottle cap timer. I'm telling you, lifesaver. I know I say that a lot, but it's so amazing. Now all this sounds overboard, but it saved me more times than I can count. Matter of fact, Carmen and I sync our timers so that we're on the exact same time. So if I miss mine, she's got hers. And sometimes the timers stop or the power goes, I don't know, something can go wrong. So there's always good for backup. And that's how I'm that stickler on meds on time every time. Right. And I'll tell you that that the days that I actually follow the timing, like that I'm on time, like right on the nose, I'm sharper, I'm calmer, and Carmen says I'm less annoying, which is high praise in this house. So if you're guilty of this one, type hashtag track my meds in the comments right now. I want to know who's joining me in that club, right? So again, got to track them, guys. Got to. And that brings us to the final habit. This is the number one habit and the one we're most guilty of that's actually causing us more. It's hidden. We not even realize we're doing it, and it's hurting us. And that's this. I'm fine where I am. Now, this one's easy to fall into because comfort feels safe. You find your routine, you get used to it, and before you know it, you stop challenging yourself. But here's the catch. Your brain's ability to adapt, called neuroplasticity, only activates when you push it, right? If you stay too comfortable, your brain basically says, your brain basically says, cool, no need to upgrade. For me, it was exercise. I used to do the same short walk every day, same route, same pace, same time. And one day I realized I wasn't getting any stronger. I was just maintaining my comfort zone. So I had to change it up. I tried boxing, I tried other things, and then listen, picture me trying to box. The first class I swung at the air, lost my balance, and I almost punched the mirror instead. That's my life. That's what I do. I heard someone say, nice form. I yelled back, for who? But I was stuck with it. And guess what? I just stuck with it. And guess what? My brain loved it. Every new movement, every new challenge, it's like sending a message to your brain saying, we're still learning and we're still here. So if you've been sitting on something that you've been scared to try, maybe a class, maybe a hobby, maybe art, maybe joining a group, maybe jumping in the inner circle or a support group near you, this is your nudge. Do it. You got to push yourself. You got to push that brain, and you have to. No one's going to do it for you. You have to do it. So in the comments, comfort zone challenge if you're ready to push yourself. If that's you, if you're saying, okay, you know what? I know I'm going to push myself. I don't want to do this. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know that feeling? I do, but I don't. Comfort zone challenge if you're ready to push yourself, right? And so here's what I want you to do right now. Pick one of these 5 habits. This is a challenge. Pick one of these 5 habits and commit to breaking it this week. Just one of them, right? Go back in the video, look back at the 5 different challenges, the 5 different habits that I've said, see which ones you're doing, and give me like a 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, whatever it is. If you can recognize these in your daily life in the comments, 1 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, whatever it is that you are actually, you can say, yeah, that's me, right? I want you to break one of them, just one. Don't try to do all 5. Okay, small steps, just one. Then I want you to come back to this video next week and tell me what changed. And to make it fun, tag your challenge in the comments. How about this? Hashtag Movement Monday. Hashtag Ask for Help. Hashtag Track My Meds. Hashtag Real Talk. Or hashtag Comfort Zone Challenge. Put it in the comments and then what you did. And then you can actually go to YouTube and we can look for that hashtag. We can just search for the hashtag and you'll see everybody who's in it. So here we go in. Hashtag Movement Monday. Hashtag Ask for Help. Hashtag Track My Meds. Hashtag Real Talk. Or hashtag Comfort Zone Challenge. Remember, just pick one. Let's fill the comments with momentum, right? And if you're still watching, hit that subscribe button because when you do, you're not just following a channel. You're joining a movement of people who are done being quiet about Parkinson's, done living day by day, and ready to take it on. And if you're newly diagnosed, check out the new boot camp. It'll help you get your footing and make sense of everything. There is only, I think, at the time of this airing, I think there's 8 spots left, and then we're going. And if you're ready to connect with others, join me in the inner circle. That's where we go deeper. That's where the conversations are happening. That's where the real has happen. That's where the live call is happening this week. If you join today, you get in. We're doing the live call this week. Now, ready for this? What do I call them again? Bryce-ism? No, I won't give you that yet. Oh, I will. Hold on, though. With Parkinson's, you can't always control the symptoms, but you can control the story to tell yourself about them. You can choose to move, to speak up, to track, to grow, and to connect. It's all up to you. So here's that Bryce-ism. We made it this far. Here it is. Small habits might not cure Parkinson's, but they sure as hell can cure the feeling of being stuck. So let's get unstuck. Unstuck in the comments. And then till next time, keep showing up, keep learning, keep laughing, and you keep doing life today.